Namaskar. Welcome to the capacity building modules under National Mission on Libraries, to the module digitization process, hands-on demonstration. This is the 10th module, and I request to refer to the module number 9, where we discussed about standards and formats for digitization. This will be taking input, and I will be also reusing some of the slides which I used in the standards and format for digitization to show the demo, practical demo of how digitization work is going on. So the module will start with defining digitization process, and will discuss different steps involved in digitization process. So let us see that what is digitization initially. The prerequisite from module 9, which you can refer, which discussed about basic of digitization, technology for digitization, standards and formats and media types used, where I tried to show a small video which will be elaborated today. What was the digitization we discussed? The digitization is nothing but the process of converting data or information from a physical form of a document into digital format. This physical form can be anything. It can be books, printed books. It can be manuscripts. It can be audio cassette, video file, anything. This video, VHS cassette I mean. Now, creation of a digital document out of this from its physical form or analog form is called digitization. As you are aware, computer stores data in zeros and one form. When it is converted to zeros and one, that is what is called digitization. So zeros and one form of any data to store in computer is what is digitization. How it is done? It is done by using scanner, camera, or other electronic devices. Now the digitization process involves taking the document, then digitize it. Why do we digitize it? We digitize it for preservation, for long time storing and archiving of the content. Once it is digitized, we put it in the server or storage space. Then the users will certify whether it is right or not, or who has done it. Then this can be stored permanently. And digitization can be done in two ways. One is that the digital document we use an equipment and digitize up to our side. The second thing, we can send it to somebody who is in the process of digitization. We call it as outsourcing. And after doing it, you can store it offline mode or online mode. Offline is that you keep it in a safe custody in a form which can be handed over, like CDs, DVDs, cartridges, tape drives, etc. When it is available in an online mode, this can be connected to internet, and the digitized content will be available for public for accessing. Let us recollect the workflow we talked in module 9. The process is detailed explanation were given for all the workflow, which start from collecting material and then scanning, then transferring the scanned document to further process of cleaning, then some kind of editing if it is required, because content which is appeared in paper when it is scanned, there could be impurities. there could be some kind of polluted content may appear, that the digital data may not be as perfect as what you are seeing with your eyes. So such kind of things can be cleaned, processed, then online, or if you want to share it, you need to create metadata for all this digitized content. And the digitized content will be generally in OCR form. OCR stands for optical character recognition. That means content which is available in a book can be scanned into OCR text so that people can search inside the content and finally generate, and after quality check you put it into the preservation or digital. This is the workflow and responsibility assigned to various parties in this digitization process. So let us say that what at the end happens during the digitization process. First of all, we have to identify the materials to be digitized. In a library, we will see different kinds of materials. Library is nothing but a storehouse of document or information, and people even call it as knowledge center because digitized content is increasing every day. Now, what are the documents available in library? The library must contain physical form, books. All conventional libraries, they are having books, serials, magazines, reports, annual reports, then audio content, that is pictures, music, software, and video content in VHS cassette. Generally it is used to store in magnetic tape. Now people are using DVDs. So all these are the collections available. Now where we can apply digitization? We can apply it to the document which are in physical form. There could be many types of files. So first you locate what is to be digitized. And the physical form of books, this is serial or printed material that will not have long life. Over a period of time, the material used for printing will get decayed and it will get distorted. Finally, it will be kind of fragile material it becomes, and the moment you touch it, it will get collapsed and completely destroyed. For this purpose, that kind of material is to be identified. It is up to the library and the management to decide which is to be used for digitization. Then after document is identified, there are two ways to digitize. One way is that simply outsource it to an external agency who will do the job for you. This can save a lot of time of your manpower and perhaps money also, because competitive rates are coming now for digitization. Now otherwise, if you want to do it in your home, in your own library, you need to have the equipment to do that. So the equipments I will be showing later. Then after that, that is first identification, second finding out the right equipment, scanning equipment, then scanning of documents or images, photos. When I mention books, etc., even photographs can be. This is a very important thing. A photograph of 100 years old. Now if you are trying to see it in printed form, the photograph will not give you the quality which you want, because over a period of time, the chemical substance used in photograph will get disturbed. In that context, we can digitize that photograph and keep it for long. And digital content is generally called, generally it has been preserved for hundreds and hundreds of years, while the physical collection is less than 100 years. So 700 years, 800 years, 1000 years, if you want to keep, digitization is the solution. And the scanning of document images, after that we have to name the file, because this is to be stored as a file in computer. Any digital document inside computer will have a name. Then once it is named, we can back up it for preservation, or you can do a quality check before you are using it, or some images we can add or manipulate this image with the color tone, brightness, contrast, or transform, cropping, whatever is required to do with the image editing. First I told about identification of the material from library to digitize. Now I have few materials here to show you that this is one of the project report. Such kind of report will be there in your library as a physical copy, or another one is almost similar, which could be a thesis or dissertation, which is coming like this. And these are the material to be digitized. There could be old books as well. This is an old book which is to be digitized. So if you look at this, one biggest challenge for digitization is that when you open the book may not open full form. See, I cannot remove each page for digitizing. This is the challenge for digitization. So we have to get it ready what kind of materials we are using for digitization. And this kind of books can be digitized without removing the binding. Or otherwise, what we can do, temporarily we can unbind the book and take individual pages as it is shown here, all pages, and take each page and do it. That is the simplest way of doing. When I remove one page from here, I get a simple page like this. This is an A4 page. So if all my documents are similar like A4 pages, I can go for a flat bed scanner, simple scanner. I have one example scanner with me. This is an example scanner, flatbed scanner, and this has an open lid here in the top. The paper which is to be scanned in A4 size. For a demo purpose I am showing it, but in normal you need to connect this into computer. I put the paper here. Now you can see the paper is placed here. Now after that I close this so that no light will come, and I connect this into very simple. It is called flat bed because paper is put as you are lying on a bed, and then close it. Then use the software to scan this, and what it will do, it will pass the light from one end from here to here, and this may take maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute. Earlier it used to take 2-3 minutes for scanning one page. So this is a time consuming job when you are using, and think about you want to digitize this book with this scanner, which is practically not possible. So for that we need to do different. But if you have simple document, all loose paper, flatbed is the cheapest option because this will be available in 2,000-3,000 rupees for anybody. So in domestic use we can use it. If you want to go for high-end use, that let us see first in PowerPoint presentation what are the material and how this can be scanned. Then I will show one more video to you that how the document is generally scanned from this kind of books. Let us see the presentation once again. So we have identified what are the documents to be digitized. That is the first step. And second is equipment. I mentioned about flatbed scanner. Now sometimes photograph will be there, images will be there, that also is to be collected. Now let us look at the slide. What are the materials generally available? Manuscript, most important thing in our tradition and culture, even the old Ayurveda or some of the literature, older literature, Sanskrit literature, etc. is in manuscript form. And over the period of years, this manuscript is getting extinguished from the library, and people are not allowed to even touch it. Such libraries I have seen in India, many places. And then maps, old maps, then audio, music, videos, or audio cassette which was available earlier. Then we have the video files, video cassette, VHS cassette, then thesis, books, etc. in that category. And after identifying this, once it is done, once it is scanned, we want to store it in computer system for archiving. And nowadays the simplest and cheapest way is that you digitize it and keep it in a CD. CDs are very, very cheap now. and CD can give you life, but not for hundreds and hundreds of years. That's why if you really want to store it, we want to look for a better storage mechanism. But immediate usage, what we can do, we can store. This is a CD, which is very small in size, and CD also can be put in a box by labeling. So these are the theses we InfluMNet received from universities. We have labeled it from which university it is coming. All these are the digitized theses available. And for short time purpose, we will be keeping it. Maybe 10 years, 20 years, this may be stored and used. So that is the CD, and where we can simply start using digitization in a minimum scale. And now one thing we have to take care while identifying the material, check the quality of the material. There could be some material which are very, very fragile in nature. Over a period of year, the paper may be decomposed, kind of, and even a small touch will spoil it. Such a material cannot be handled even by human hands. So what is the best mechanism is, it has to be somewhere placed, only a soft movement of pages, then scanning should be done, if there is. And second material is that magnetic tapes. Tapes are always exposed to air, and the tape may get damaged very easily. So such kind of material, when we are scanning, we have to see that how these materials are handled. So handle with care this kind of material. And these are the high-end scanners which I have in my photograph in my slide. One is that top mounted camera, which will take images from the book. When the book pages are flipped, this will keep on taking the images and put it. And scanning of document is that we put it, the first one I have shown is that flatbed, then it is storing into CD, and finally it is preserving, and you are arranging it in the left side. You can see that you are arranging it in one by one in the slide. Now, one thing is to be keep in mind, that is, when you are scanning English document, it is better to scan it as optical character recognition, OCR scanned. This will allow you to search inside the text. So OCR based scanning is very important in nowadays. And OCR is not very popular in regional languages. But recently in Delhi, I have seen that in Hindi also OCR is available. And many foreign languages, which is most similar to English, also have this OCR, so kind of scanning. But regional languages, we have to still explore for many other regional languages. Now, if it is OCR, or we suggest, even recommend, the document which is in English form should be in OCR. Otherwise, searching and indexing the content will be difficult. Inside the content, you have to create metadata. That means rich metadata is required for searching the document. Finding the scanning equipment, best what is the scanner you can take. One is flatbed scanner, which I just mentioned. The other one is called sheet feeder. You unbind a book, keep all the paper together, put it into tray. The tray will flip one by one page, and the moment it is flipped through the tray, an image is taken. It can be OCR test also, and that will be automatically converted to a file by using the software. So that kind of sheet feeders are there. Then automatic document feeder is there. Then duplex scanner, and then high-end scanners. 1-2 examples we have given in this document, that is Minolta's PS7000 and Fujitsu's ScanSnap. And I have also a video which will show that how best we can scan with the minimum cost. This video is taken from Guwahati University. The project they have outsourced to an agency called Procost. And this video will show you that there are 60 pages per minute scanning. I was mentioning 3 minutes, 4 minutes for single page, and again moving the page into the scanner and taking it out will take time. But this is kind of automatic scanner, like a sheet feeder. You put all the paper together, and the way printer is taking paper for printing, similarly the scanner will take, and 70,000 pages per week is possible, which we have witnessed. And this cost about 1.2 1.25 lakhs only, this scanner. That is the beauty of it. The high-end scanner cost about 25 lakhs rupees or minimum 15 lakhs rupees, but this scanner cost 1.25, still you are able to. And Guwahati University have almost scanned 3,000 theses, 3,000 to 4,000 theses by using this simple scanner. And I mentioned there is no OCR for regional language. English language pages are converted to OCR text. Then high-end and automatic book flipping scanners with 3D processing can scan up to 250 pages per minute. So this too I will show in a video. Let us see the video how it is taking. This is the video. Look at the scanner here. The papers are kept in the top. You can see a man standing. Behind him there are so many books available. These are all theses which is supposed to be scanned. And he is feeding the loose paper which is taken from the thesis but unbinding it and putting it. Now let us see. Digitization of thesis under Shodh Ganga project, Guwahati University, Assam. Such a remote area, northeastern area, this work is being carried out. And I happened to see this work and put a simple video, and the recording is done. Thesis, you can see that they are removing the bind, and the loose pages of the thesis is put into scanner. See how scanner is scanning it, 60 pages per minute. Whenever each page is going through the scanner, its image is appearing on the right side in the computer screen. So it is scanned as OCR text, scanned OCR text. And through a national tender, this job is outsourced. And I am told that now per page we are able to get, not from this project at least, there are a couple of other agencies also. So there are very competitive rate for scanning, even 50 paisa to 1 rupee. People will give you different rates depending upon the quality. And these are the theses kept. One thesis is removed from the bind, hard cover, and put into that, and it is being stored. This is simply the process is going. They are also labeling it when it is removing, not to get. So as a courtesy, let me thank Dr. Bhuma Shankarnath, who is a librarian there, and the video is captured on November 14th when the real job was done. This is how the scanning work takes place in a library. And I will show another video which is little more fast and high end, which costs money also. And let us see that how it is working. Let us see another video, which I mentioned that it's a high cost video. And this is a camera mounted automatic video. The video courtesy to University of Tokyo, Ishikawa Oku Laboratory. And the video, you can see that scanner, how this is, the book binding is not removed. Look at the picture now. Now, book flipping scanning, how it is doing. This is the high speed scanning, 250 pages per minute. Let us see another video, which is a high-end scanner. The cost is also very high. As you can see in the picture, there is a camera mounted, which is taking pictures with a great accuracy and speed, which will be converted as image. And the book is kept down on a platform in the shape which one. This is an intelligent scanner. And the video courtesy is to University of Tokyo, Ishikawa Oku Laboratory. And please see, watch how this high-end, about 250 pages per minute is being scanned by using this. Book flipping scanning, high-speed book, 250 pages per minute system. And look at this. There is a laser ray which is passed over the book, and the sensing is done when the laser rays are automatically done. Then the laser rays are used to see that which position should be scanned. Now see, slow motion. It's called intelligent scan because capture only when it is in proper direction. It gives signal to the camera to capture it. And 2-3 images are captured, and real-time recognition, there is a 3D processing and restoration, and the best image is captured, and even if it is images, the best part of that page is captured, and this is how it is done. This is book flipping scanning software, and this is how a book is scanned by using high-end scanners. Let us come back to the slide once again. We have seen the demo of 2 different scanners. One is low cost, 1.25 or 1 lakh rupees. Another is about 20 lakhs rupees. And once you scan it with high-end, all the pages will be scanned together, and the pages will be stored together as a single file. And you can split it by using a splitter. Open entire PDF, select extract menu and split it. This is been done with Adobe Acrobat Professional. Select the page range 1 to 10. Suppose let us say thesis, when we are taking, the first page will be title. So we take only one page and name the file. Then we take the abstract, name the file, then index, then bibliography, then the introduction, abstraction and chapter wise. So we split one thesis file into about 10 to 15 files depending upon the content. Now this is how the splitted thesis single title 1-to-1 page is split and named. Here we are using a naming convention. InfluMNet suggests a naming convention for thesis file names. So these are the naming convention used by Shodh Ganga, which is a thesis repository. Right now 50,000 scanned digitized copies of theses are available. 50,000 theses available in Shodh Ganga. Now look at this, how it is named. 01 title, 02 certificate, 03 content, 04 list of tables, 05 list of figures, etc. up to chapter 1 to chapter 4. Then at the end, reference and publications. So this naming, you may wonder why I have given 01, 02, 03. This is because the document in the repository will also appear in the same sequence. So a user will feel that the book is in the same format which is available. And in a nutshell, the digitization process starts with the raw material, the raw scanned material, which is selected, then digitized. After that, some quality check is done. Then we follow the file naming convention. Then do the indexing or labeling, whatever is required, and store in the backup media. It can be USB flash drive, external hard disk, SAN storage, any kind of storage mechanism. In internet, it can be a Dropbox or a drive, Google Drive, or IR. It can be institutional repository. It can be an open access repository. Then images is to be taken separately because image quality may be checked by individual images. Many times the quality may vary depending upon the DPI used. Then resizing, rotating, splitting, all this image editing is to be done before it goes into archives. Audio file also, there could be noises when you are making audio files, and audio visual material is to be edited. So any editing software can be used. The audio and video editing will not be discussed much here because it's a big topic of multimedia, and that just keep it in mind. If it is to be stored permanently, you need to do a little bit of editing for noise reduction, etc. And finally, preserve everything in institutional repository or open access repository. So backup and archival, institutional repositories that are available locally into your institute. And you can also put up username and password and distribute it among the user which are intended to use the material. Open access is without any restriction. You put it content and let anybody. Our Shodh Ganga, maintained by InfluMNet Center, is an open access repository of full text thesis with the digital content. And right now what we have done, digitizing the regional languages, we are scanning it as an image now. So we have Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, and the metadata is created in the regional language. So all multilingual formats are available in this. And that is all about digitization. And what we discussed is, demonstrated is, how a material can be digitized and kept in a repository. And references are given here. So I wish you happy digitization after following the steps mentioned in my module. Thank you very much.